Hello, it's Nigby. This is going to be my entry into Left Hand Loki's 1000 subscriber giveaway. I've become good friends through YouTube with Loki, and through this friendship I've discovered some of the secrets of his past. These secrets I'm going to share with you now. After his loss to Rocky, Ivan was disgraced by the USSR. His wife Ludmilla left him, and he is forced to raise his pet turtle Vladimir alone. The once feared Soviet boxer soon found himself in a new world, a land of opportunity where the echoes of Cold War battles had faded into the background. America welcomed him with open arms. He settled in a quiet suburb, far from the boxing rings and the adrenaline-fueled crowds. The streets of Florida became his new battleground, but this time he wielded a different weapon, a set of lockpicks. He changed his name to the much more American-sounding Left Hand Loki. And so Loki, the man who had once crushed skulls in the ring, began his new hobby. He learned the delicate art of picking locks, the precision required to gut a Euro cylinder, and the satisfaction of hearing that last click when the lock yielded to his touch. Loki has always been a man of few words, and his massive frame seemed out of place next to the tiny locks and tools, but soon word spread through the community. Go watch Loki, they'd say. He can open anything. His massive hands, once wrapped in boxing gloves, now held delicate tools, a tension wrench, a hook pick. Loki worked silently, lost in the rhythm of pins falling into place. But Loki's past was never far behind. Sometimes late at night he'd dream of the ring, the roar of the crowd, the taste of blood, and the weight of his opponent collapsing against the canvas. He'd wake up in a cold sweat, his heart pounding. On the mornings after these nights he would turn to humiliating the locks by any means possible, mocking their pretense of security by raking or simply bypassing them. Along with occupying a high position in the structured spiritual group that's definitely not a cult, the Volunteer Forestry Service to the giant otter in the sky. This was Ivan's new life, and it was enough. Or was it? That's enough about him. Let's talk about what he wants us to do for his giveaway. He's asked us to do a triathlon of lockpicking. We've got to rake, we've got to bypass, and we've got to single pin pick a lock. So, as you know, I'm not the best raker, and I've had to learn a completely new skill, which is the bypass. I've had to turn to Lockpicking Paul for a bit of advice as to even where to start in terms of bypassing. So you've heard me rattle on quite a bit now. Let's get on through this. So I'm going to rake this Bane squeezed padlock. Absolutely lovely padlock. Got, funnily enough, from another Vladimir, Vlad from Serbia. Thanks a lot, Vlad. I am also going to be using the multi-pick tools that I got from Lock Fumbler. So I've got this. Well, I use it as a top of the queue. I'm not entirely sure it's supposed to be. And for the raking, I'm going to use this. Let's actually put a little bit of zoom on and some focus, and then we can see. So it's a Bogata 02. It's a double peaked rake. And as you know, I ain't much of a raker, so let's see how we got on with this. So just nice and light scrubbing of those pins. Okay, and that's that one open. So that's number one out of the way. I'll just move the whole thing out of the way for the time being and just drop that lock there. And this is the bit that I really did have to take some advice on. As I say, I've never bypassed a lock ever. I didn't even know what I was looking for or what tool I should use to do it. So as I say, I asked the Lockpicking Paul for a bit of advice, and as it works out, it's really not that hard, so long as you get it in the right place. So got this little tri-circle. It's about a 45mm padlock, and Absolutely typical. I can do this 10 times out of 10. Okay, there we go. So we've got that bypassed. And then the last thing he's asked us to do is to single pin pick a lock. So I thought it'd be nice that to pick one of the locks that I've got from Loki. It's this 40mm aluminium 1100 clone. Nowhere near as difficult as an 1100. So that's it with the key. Some pretty high pins at the back. Let's bring the vise in. Okay, so top of the keyway, make sure you can see the lock, and for this I'm going to be using another one of the multi-picks. Let's put some focus there. So it's the PN06, and I really do like this hook profile on there. So 2 seconds. Camera was going to fall over then. So click out the one and movement on the tension wrench. Click out of 2. Little click out of 3, 4, so just go through and check those again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just looking for pin 6. There we go. So that's got that clicked. So yeah, fairly simple lock, and as normal, everything goes camera shy as soon as I start filming. So yeah, if I'm pretty sure anybody that watches me is well aware of Loki. Loads of interaction, lots of comments, always chatting to each other through YouTube. But I will leave links to him down below, just in case you haven't found him. Loki, congratulations on the 1,000 subs, man. Absolutely well deserved. Churning out loads of videos, picking some really high security locks. Really glad to have you as a friend. So there you go. That's my entry into your video. Thanks a lot for watching.